Hey, welcome to the Bitcoin Roadshow. Today, I want to explain something about picking good alts because we're coming up to a time now where if you don't want to play things safe and you haven't got much money to spend, but you want to get more crypto or get more Bitcoin, the gold standard, than you might otherwise ever be able to afford to, then yeah, watch this video. So, my idea here is when you look at graphs like so, this is basic attention token. I was just thinking to myself, I used to own this years ago, and did okay on it. Not great, did okay on it. I'm noticing the price is really, really low at the moment. So compared to its high back in 2000, even its 2019 high. So this is not 2017 where it was horrendously higher. It doesn't only goes up to the, that's the annoying thing about some of these charts. They don't go all the way back. Anyway, you take its approximate high there of like 8,744 satoshis as to where it is now. So it could do an 8x if it re-reached that, if it got to that high again. But never mind that. Let's not get too greedy. Let's just look about the average here. If I draw a line between this part here, the average price there is going to be about 4,202, right? You see that? Maybe you can't. I don't know. Well, I'll just take my word for it. 4,202. If I draw a line between here and take the average is 2,635. That's so weird. That's my old address number. It doesn't matter. And yet the price right now is 1,123. This could be a very good buy. Unless there's bad news out there saying, guess what? You know what? The Brave browser is not going to get used by anyone. It had a major hack. No one's using it anymore. The Russians are in, or the Chinese are in, whoever the hell it is. And if you've got that browser, you're now compromised. And that's the whole, that's the main inroads for BAT to be used. Basic Attention Token as an advertising coin, right? Caught also, my friend caught this one 2 days ago or maybe 3 days ago. And it's done 30% in the last couple of days. So in the weekend we're talking about it. He says, yeah, get buy into this one. They see it's 240 and it's around about 300 and something now. Let me refresh the screen. I'm pretty sure it's about 300 satoshis now. 297. There you go, close enough. So it's done pretty well in the last few days. 4.2% just today alone. It was actually a little bit higher before. Anywho, my point being is that there is constant. The market is down overall for altcoins. Bitcoin's floundering back and forth, flopping and groping, as Crypto Face would say, and his brother. But yeah, there's still money to be made here. So there's still things coming down, and when things are coming down, that's the time to be buying them. And I wouldn't be buying Polkadot yet, but I do have a buy order in for something around the 22,000 Satoshi mark. Over here, we had 24,000. So basically, lower than it's even entered the market on. But this is a sought after coin that is number 9. I wouldn't usually be getting that excited about something that has a 4 billion market cap. I'd be excited about something that looks like this with a 4 million market cap, but with a 4 billion, it's not very rare. But this is a safe bet gain against Bitcoin. Because what you're looking at here, you never ever, don't be such a fool to look at the dollar price. That will always screw you up. You look at the Bitcoin price. You look at where it was against Bitcoin and where it could be again. See that 30's going up to 40s. 40's going up to 50,000. Up here, almost 60,000 Satoshis. And that was, when was that? September the 3rd. Forget about this 622. September the 3rd, it was 60,000 Satoshis. Now, there are, if you go into Bitcoin dominance here, do they do a graph on it? I don't really know. They do. All right, cool. If you go into Bitcoin dominance here, this will give you an idea of Bitcoin compared to the whole rest of the market. So back here, 2013, Bitcoin was, if you add up all the coins together, or this data might be skewed because it may not have coins that don't exist anymore, or it might be knocked off this table. So it might actually be a little bit skewed, this data. But let's say it wasn't. This is showing Bitcoin dominance. Now this Bitcoin dominance overall is projected to actually go down between now and maybe May. I spoke about this in other videos. That looks like we're going to head a little bit lower to this, probably towards the 40%. Could be even lower. My friend reckons towards 38, but we will see. But what that means is if money comes into the overall crypto market and Bitcoin market share comes down, and even Bitcoin is going up in value. So it doesn't mean that Bitcoin dominance goes down against every other crypto added up. It just means that Bitcoin could head towards 30K and everything else goes up 2, 3, 4-fold. And you understand how this becomes possible when you look at coins like even the recent entries to the market that everyone's talking about, like this, where they were up there and they've got ground to remake again because they've got to do a thing called price discovery, right? VeChain, again, it's looking, I wouldn't say a perfect buy point, but it's getting, look where your average is. If you look at this overall, I would say the average price is around about somewhere here. That is overall where it spent time below that line and where it spent time above that line. It spent had great peaks, but they last for a short amount of time. So you average it all out, you're probably looking at somewhere around 10 cents, right? So when you're looking at here, and it's only sorry, that up there would have been 15 cents. Yeah, 0.15 cent, right? So when it heads up to there to be, hang on, I'm looking at the dollar value. So 85 Satoshis, sorry, I don't know why I did exactly what I said not to do. 89 Satoshis here. Up there it was 197 Satoshis, right? This hasn't been around for that long, but it's got a lot of buzz around it. It's had a low of around about 40, 38 Satoshis, right? So could it do that again? Maybe. But look where the price is right now, 85. A few days ago, you could have got it for 65 for the sake of 20%. I wouldn't have fucked around there. I would have just bought it if I happened to see this graph a few days ago, but I didn't. However, I think it might go down, and I already own some of this, and I got it, where was it? Somewhere around here. So at 100 Satoshis, I'm still in the red for this one here. It happens. But to where it's been and where it can go, supply chain management, you know, this one can go pretty well. Some big names invested in this one. So I would say when you're down here, if I'd been, as I say, I've been watching the graph at the time, I would have bought around here. All right. Because law of averages, hey, this is sitting near the bottom of its all-time low. It's kicking the bottom of the barrel here. And the way I wanted to explain how you see it is, think of it like this. Here's your planting your seeds. So let me see, a good example here would be, right? Your seeds are planted, you put your water in, and harvest comes, right? Chop your plants down. Don't hold onto it like people do with XRP. Let me show you XRP, probably a great example for this, how not to act when you're in coins, like a fanboy, like a absolute automaton retard. Oh, my dog's having dreams down there. I can be loud because he's deaf. Okay, so XRP I got asked by a friend about today. Draw reference to an article I wrote back in 2011 called A Stellar Apology of Rippling Proportions. An answer to a bunch of Australian dickheads who were on my group. A friend of mine I brought in, he also lives in Australia. And they were like, oh, these guys doesn't know what he's talking about, mate. Well, rah, rah, rah. And then a few minutes later, they're telling all their friends to come and buy at $3.30. Look what happened. Oh, $3.50 it went up to. Oh, maybe they made some gains. Maybe they thought, oh, yeah, I told him after all. Collapse. But because Bitcoin went down, of course, later on, you know, well, you know, they saw this high here of, what is it, it was around about 330. I know it was a bit higher than that, right? And then boom, right down. Of course, Bitcoin came down too, but not level. When you see this separation between the currency itself and Bitcoin, that is when Bitcoin is dominating. When it crosses over, that's when you're making gains. When it gets closer together, this is when you could have jumped on here and bought probably this here at 8557 satoshis. Oh, other way around, sorry. you buy when it's closer together, and when it goes further away, this is what, I don't know why I make these stupid mistakes when I'm explaining things sometimes. But you're looking for that to happen. So when you get things closer together, like right now, like right down there, even though I cannot stand this currency, I actually bought some then. So, you know, I'm only against these things. You got to understand it's that when people buy into these things, they're not watching the computer every day. I don't know what they're about to do. I don't know if you're going to buy that, sit on it, hold it, and go, yeah, look, I did the moon, yeah, I just seen it. I went on and looked for every YouTube video I could find on every shill talking about how great XRP was and how Ripple's the next great thing. And they get emotionally involved in it, and next thing they hold this bag of shit down to the earth. Don't do that. But if you can play it, yeah, don't have any. I used to have a bit of morals against this sort of thing. Not anymore. If I can see it's going to make money, I've made money recently on it. XLM, I would never done that before. To be honest with you, I didn't really buy XRP. I actually used it to transfer money off an exchange called Liquid because it was a wallet issue, and it was just easier to transfer into XRP. And then I kept a little bit left over because I thought, hey, it's really low right now, and it did go up. But generally, I wouldn't do that, and I would actually advise that if you're thinking of buying digital dog shit, aka Ripple, just remember it's a pump and dump coin. Right, it has all the hallmarks of this. If you go in very close, you will actually see prime examples of this. Where you look at the volume here, these volume spikes that you have. If you zoom into any one of those volume spikes, what you'll see is radical volatility. More so than any other coin in the top 10 or possibly even the top 100. That's probably debatable, but yeah, but most coins in the top 100 would not move as erratically as this moves. Zing wong, zing wong. You start to look at these close up. Look at that wing! Just whoo! When anything does that, I mean, these people are lucky here to buy here and be lucky enough that it's going to swing up there again in the space of how long? In the space of a few months. You're a lucky sod. Right? But but it's going to go up again. It's going to go up again. It's going to go up again. Come on, man. Yeah, it's going to go up to the moon. To the moon. Yeah, soon. Because that's the thing you got to understand. This is the news that's going on at the time. Don't be one of these clowns. Yeah, come on, man. Oh, it's doing right now. It's a bargain. Buy more. It's a bargain. Buy more. Buying with no knowledge. Yeah, it's going to go up, man. It's going to go up. Flopping and groping. I love that term, but CSA is fucking funny. Yeah, don't be a flopper and groper. Just look at things logically. And remember that there are, oh, look at that, 7,981 coins that are listed on this crappy market that Binance now own. So they let everything on there. When there used to be about 3,000 and they got shaved down to 2,000, they bought it, now it's back up at 7,000. There's a lot more cryptos than that. If you go to CoinGecko, you'll see other ones. But yeah, so what ends up happening is the news comes in from all these coins. People get sucked in by it, and you want to ride that wave of hype, as they say. Buy the rumor, sell the news. If you don't sell it, lock in your profits, then there's no point. The point I was getting at before. Look at it with a little Christmas jumper on. Right. When you don't sell out and your whole idea of owning altcoins is to make more crypto, you're being a clown. I would say if you don't know what you're doing in technical analysis, you don't need to know TA. I actually did quite well 2017 without knowing technical analysis. Just by looking at charts and saying, right, it seems on a dip now. Oh, it seems I've made 20% or 30% or 50%. Or it jumped up last night and it's gone 2x. Sell. Don't be a clown. Don't hold on for more, because reality is that's the end of the pump. Most times. Sometimes you'll get a situation like I got with Ethereum back in 2017, November 2017, selling it at 100x. I sold it at 450 each, sold about 200 of the bloody things. Next thing you know, the price went up to 1,300. These times will happen, but more often than not, the price will go up there, you look at this great profit margin, and it will completely melt away in front of your eyes, and you'll be crying like a little girl. So don't do that. It's better to have made money than have not made additional money you could make. Yeah, so take your profits. That's about it I want to cover today. Get used to, if you're looking for coins to buy. I know that I'm repeating this from a previous video, but I thought I don't really do many videos anymore because there's no point, because my channel's blocked to fuck anyway. Maybe because I swear. I don't know. I don't think so. Right. So what you got to be doing is not only looking at what the biggest losers are, if you're doing fairly short-term swing trading over the space of a week or something. Oh, look at this Digibyte. There's a fantastic project. Here's an okay project for the privacy space. Here's a pretty good project that speeds up the Ethereum network. I think it's to do with scalability in the Ethereum network. I actually can't remember about OMG. I used to own it years ago. Yearn Finance, a lot of hubbub about this one all the time. Of course, it can still do well. Is that the price of that? Oh, how insane. But it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything until you look at the supply. Oh, look at that, only 30,000 coins available. It's to do with, what is this, yield farming or something? I don't know. But a lot of furore about this one. Where is it sitting compared to where it was sitting? It's available in a lot of exchanges, so it's freely available everywhere. Oh, look at that. If you look at where it was in Satoshis, forget about the price, but look, the price was $39,000. But it was 3.27 Bitcoin. Oh my God, what clown would have paid that? Sorry. I don't know. Maybe it's worth it. Who knows? It would have been worth it to buy there at 0.3 Bitcoin. It would have been worth it to buy there at 0.1 Bitcoin, because if you had gone up to 3.27 for that 0.1, that is a phenomenal gain. That is a 30x gain, is that? 30, 40x gain. So obviously not going to make that kind of money again unless people think it's going to go up here, and that is where you want to have TA knowledge. Other than that, well, obviously, if you were, it's easy to look at this now and say I could have bought here. But when you were down here looking at this on its way down, for all you know, it was a dead project. You're searching through the web trying to find negative news and positive news that might explain why this has melted away like a little snowman at the end of the season. But you found nothing. And you also didn't see much volume. So it's like, oh, there's not much going on. You looked on Google Trends and you couldn't find many people talking about it anymore. Maybe it is going to die. Maybe it's good. Oh, look at it. Oh, wow, wow. If you can't do the TA, this might not help you very much. Why? Because it hasn't got longevity. Look at the age of this coin, July 23rd. And this is where things like Digibyte, that came up before, come into their own, because they have longevity. Let's go back here again. Let's check out Digibyte. Let's check out OMG. Let's check out... that's not been around for long enough. And again, Band Protocol is quite a new one comparative to Chainlink. Still not a lot of data. 26th September 2019, not very long. Boom, it's been up there. It will get up there again. That's probably a good buy. Why? Because 0.01 BTC to a likely high of beyond 0.03. You can still make a 3x of that. Almost certainly when the hype comes in and when the volume goes up to to those levels where it was there, right? But you want to play it safe. You want to work with a longer data set. Look at that data set. It goes all the way back to 2017. So you've got 3 years up your sleeves there. Obviously, this period where almost everything was down. That there, if you didn't believe it was dead, would have been a great point to buy. Even sell there. Look at that profit margin, 8,400 up to 56,000. And that's in 2020, when there's been a false start bull market multiple times. Now it's heading towards the floor again. Look, it's almost, well, just double what it was at its lowest there. Yes, 16,000. That's right. So I would say this has got more to go. I'd say that the greedy pigs that play the market up and down want OMG to crash a little bit harder so they can do another hype cycle. And when it gets down there, what you would probably do is, this is advice for nothing right here. This project is going to stay around. I'm not super bullish on it myself. It is going to be around for a few years still to come, at least, unless it pulls another rabbit out of the hat and does even better. I would say if you're going to be a novice trader, stick that in your diary for 8,000 something, maybe that previous scraping high. Go a little bit above it so you don't miss out and be a greedy pig. But so let's say 8485. Let's just say put one in for 89,000 or 9,000. Once it gets to 9,000, then your little Blockfolio alarm on your phone, snap it up. And then there's an easy 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8x, right? That's how you make the big money. Notice how that when you look at this graph here, of course you can hold out for these big, massive, ridiculous, whopping gains. That's what this is how people turn their 1 Bitcoin into 10 Satoshis. You buy up here, and then it sinks down to the it basically shifts a few decimal places across, right? But you want to do the opposite of that. So everyone else is buying in, like, why is hyping? Everyone's talking about it. Yeah, throw your money here. Woohoo, fucking yeah, man, to the moon. They're clowns, right? You be this guy. It's almost dead. Yeah, man, get rid of it. Oh, dump your coin. Yeah, sell out, man. Sell out now. Just sell out in a low. Yeah. That's when you go in and buy. Simple as that. Or the harvest idea that I said before is the harvest comes in. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's down the ground again. Well, time to get out my watering can. Take out your watering can at 8,000 Satoshis and boom, harvest comes in there. Don't be a greedy pig. Maybe this harvest of asparagus is a very low one. Maybe it's the one the Germans do where they pile it up with mud on the side, so you only get the white asparagus, and it's only going to pop its head through, and it's going to crash down again. Hey, at least I just made a whopping 5x, at least 6, 7x. Yeah, something like that, 7x. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, I would even be taking profit on the way up. That's not how you do it, because the reality is you don't know when that peak's going to be. There's another lesson for you. So as soon as 2x happens, take 10%. You might even want to do that at 1.5x, take 10%. At 1.7x, take another 10%. 1.8x, take another. And then when you've made your money back, you can afford to hold on for longer and see how long it goes. You can afford to maybe keep the last 50%. Just, I'm just going to hold it. Fuck it, it's starting to go back down again. Fuck, sell. Or starting to go back down longer than I expected, because sometimes it can take these little pullbacks, and that's the healthy state what's required to grow even more. So thank you, OMG, for being a fantastic muse here to be used for this example, because it really is actually a really good example of, a pump and dump. No, I'm just kidding. A situation where you can leverage any type of coin, having longevity, using its past data to give you a little bit of price prediction of where it might go, and to be realistic that might not be where it's been before, but still could come to kind of profit margins that you don't deserve but will get. Hopefully that's been of help. This is probably going to be what I'm doing will be sticking onto big bags of Cardano, Zilliqa, Digibyte, and smaller permanent bags I always have of things like Dash, Zcash, Zcoin, whatever, if I get it back off of that fucking exchange in New Zealand, Cryptopia. But yeah, I mean, most of these I have on a hardware wallet. Buy yourself a hardware wallet. But other than that, these are things I have on the exchanges. I have coins like Swipe, coins like, I might actually get some OMG. I'll tell you right now. So I might follow you on that trade. Band Protocol, I already have a bit of that. I got that at good prices. It's actually good, still $6.89. That's done really well. I mean, even Chainlink now has gone down a lot, but I bought it at $150. Can't complain at that. I bought more at $7, $8. I bought more at $10, and I think it's still at $13 right now. So yes, Times have gone bad, but they're not that bad if you keep buying things fairly low. I usually, what I just said there from Chainlink, I wouldn't usually do that. Buy it 10 times what I bought before, unless it was buying back in with profits that I'd taken elsewhere and grown. But I felt pretty confident about that project, and I do have a good. I do think it's a project that could get up to $100 quite easily, and that's why I would probably even buy more of it if there weren't so many attractive deals out there right now. I bought into Coty. That should do pretty well. My friend reckons it should go all the way up to. It should go all the way up the way he's charted it, to about 900 satoshis from its current 297 satoshis. So that could be about a 3x gain from here forth, even if you got in there right now. There's a lot more I could talk about. I'm not going to make this episode about coin picks. I'm just going to make it about how you select things. I'm going to jump off now, and you have a good night. Bye.